became a Transformers fan through IDW.
Yeah.
Back in '05, they were doing a whole new version of Transformers G1. They were taking the original characters and put them in modern times. So what would the Transformers look like if they scanned modern cars? And what would it be like if they actually took the robots in disguise aspect seriously? Because that whole storyline, infiltration, devastation, leading up to All Hail Megatron, that was, in my opinion, what the movie should be.
I guess that's what they should go for. It's been a while since I've read IDW. The first thing I thought of for who should Sonic go to, the first comic I was gonna go for was like should have went to Dark Horse for some reason.
You know, that's what Zealous Fox told me.
That was the first comic company, that's the first one that came to mind.
The only thing I know from Dark Horse really is Terminator and Star Wars, and they don't even have that license anymore.
And I think they did Godzilla for a brief moment.
Oh yeah.
Especially Charles Barkley. Godzilla versus Barkley.
Gosh.
They were having their weird moment.
Yeah, that definitely was a callback to old school 1950s camp.
There's IDW Godzilla.
Oh yeah.
And that was interesting.
And the thing about the IDW comics is they take old properties and they create the ultimate version of that universe. So that brings us to IDW Sonic. I have my copy of IDW Sonic, but unfortunately, it's digital. There's no comic store in my town.
The nearest comic store for me is like about 75 miles from where I live.
Yeah. So if you want to get this thing today, then really...
I ain't driving an hour just to get a damn comic.
Yeah, your only hope is to go digital. Although, just because I have the digital version, that doesn't mean I don't want a physical one.
Of course, me neither. I love physical comics.
Better yet, there's a listing on Amazon for something called Sonic Fallout, and from what I understand, that's several issues of IDW Sonic collected in one.
Yeah, I was a bit iffy on that. I wasn't sure if I should buy it or not.
I'd like to see some more information about it, first of all, because I don't want to collect all the issues and then find out that it's going to come out in trade.
Of course.
Because this would look good on my shelf.
Of course.
Alright, so let's get this one started. Hey everyone, this is Jesse the Dragon Superfan, and welcome to a brand new video. And tonight, I'm going over the new Sonic comic. Joining me this evening is my good pal who needs no introduction, but I'm going to let him do so. Go ahead.
Hello guys, this is MrGojira95.
Now, MrGojira95 and I have been collaborating on Sonic plush videos for over 2 years, so believe me when I say that we know a thing or two about Sonic. If you want to check out our adventures, I'm going to plug Mr. Gojira's channel in the description. I also want to plug Megapie's channel, who does superb audio comics, or comic dubs, take your pick. And he's going to be doing a comic dub of the very issue we are discussing tonight. And without further ado, this is Sonic the Hedgehog by IDW, Issue 1. So I grew up on Archie, and for the longest time, that was my Sonic. Sadly, those old comics I loved so much when I was a kid aren't that highly regarded by today's game-centric Sonic culture. It seems to me that I'm no longer allowed to openly like a Ken Pender story without losing credibility on Twitter. Luckily, reboots happen. So ever since the end of the Archie run, I've always said that IDW should be the next publisher. Just about everything in this first issue is a step in the right direction. The art is
Pretty
nice,
much.
the characters are what they should be, and bonus, this takes place in the game universe.
Yes.
At least until somebody says otherwise. You know, Izuka says one thing, Flynn says another. It's something people argue about all the time, and if you think about it too much, you'll never be happy.
I don't go too deep into it. I just enjoy it for what it is.
Which you should. What's important is that if you've never read a Sonic comic in your life and you're vaguely familiar with the games, this is the comic for you. It's Sonic doing Sonic stuff. Busting badniks, saving citizens, making quips along the way. But he's not obnoxious. Not like, Color Sonic. Not once did I feel like my intelligence was insulted, and the action, I think, was very reminiscent of the Sonic X cartoon. What do you think?
A little bit. Maybe.
What a comic allows you to do is play the whole scene in your head. For me, it felt very anime.
Yeah, I see some little anime quips here and there.
Every creator that's into Sonic has experienced anime one way or the other. You know that you can't think Sonic and not think anime. It's Japanese, for Christ's sake.
Of course.
So there's pros and cons to this really simple Sonic story. Anybody can pick it up. If you're into the games and you don't know what Sat AM or Archie Comics or any of that is, this is an easy read. There's very little dialogue, but what there is, in my opinion, the best written Sonic, the best written Tails. You can do no wrong. This is a great start. I mean, for one thing, this is a Tails we like. Am I right?
This is the Tails I've been waiting years for, way since Colors.
Oh yeah.
This is the Tails I've wanted to see.
Yeah, because in the first place, Tails has been sidelined lately.
Sideline is an understatement.
Oh man.
I don't think simplicity is that bad. I've seen a lot of ongoing series that I've started to see a trend that it begins criminally simple. I've seen some shows start off very simple. Like, as long as it has a good premise to start with, and then stories would later build to something bigger.
Yeah, I think the biggest complaint that we have about this issue is that there's next to no world building. We don't even get the name of the town that Sonic saves.
Okay, that's the good nitpick.
It is a valid complaint, but at the same time, if this is Sonic 1, you want to set up your premise, and I think that the characters are set up pretty well. And Tails?
Yep.
Well, there's a reason he hasn't been following Sonic a lot lately, and Flynn gives us a selfless reason for Tails to just, I'm gonna go help these people. Sonic, you go bust these badniks.
To me, that's the real Tails, like the more selfless Tails. That's the one I've been waiting for.
Yeah, there's little moments here and there that really spoke to me and remind me why I love these characters. What I do appreciate is the fact that they actually utilize Tails. Two-player action, Tails comes in and rescues Sonic when he's about to get attacked by an Eggman robot.
I find this so funny. Tails is helping Sonic team up against robots that are 5 times his size,
Oh yeah.
yet he won't attack generic bots in the game Forces.
That
Now, that makes it completely hilarious.
Sonic Forces gave us a version of Tails that a lot of people didn't appreciate, and I think the reason for that is we don't have enough context.
That's something the writers of modern Sonic have not learned, unfortunately. Context.
See, Tails seems to be cowardly in Sonic Forces, and there's fans that have had to explain away why that is. They shouldn't have to.
Yeah, the game should explain it a little more clearer.
Or at least show us things.
Show, don't tell.
I get that Tails probably has PTSD from Sonic getting captured and being tortured for 6 months, which I find really hard to believe.
Or he showed him, the Sonic shorts where Eggman would dance?
Oh no.
He would show him that for 6 months.
So Sonic and Tails team up in two-player style. They even go so far as combine their spin dashes to slice a robot in half.
Very reminiscent of their ultimate spin dash in Sonic 4 Episode 2.
I wish I'd have played that. Some people are calling it the 69 attack.
Or the Tails spin.
Oh, the Tails spin.
There you go.
No, they're like Batman and Robin. They know each other so well that when they're fighting, they don't have to say anything. They know what the other's gonna do. They're perfectly in sync.
I was just gonna say that. To me, I think this is what should have happened in Forces. When, Tails is like, Sonic, help me, and Chaos is grabbing Tails. That should have began the Chaos Zero boss battle from Sonic Adventure, but it's Tails that's dealing with the 3D section of that part.
Would
And
that not have been a great boss fight?
yes, it would. And then it's Omega that delivers the final blow to Chaos. And then Omega and Tails team up throughout the game looking for Eggman and figuring out what the hell is going on.
That's got to be a thing in the next game.
Yep, I would love to see that.
Back to IDW Sonic, though.
It is a good start. I'd say I'd give it an 8.5.
Oh, yeah?
Because, the 1.5 being that it can be a bit too simple. And other than that, I think that's it in terms of like complaints.
I'm gonna go with 9 out of 10. And that 1 point is just for the fact that we don't get the name of the town.
Okay, world building is another little complaint I have. So still 8.5.
For an introductory comic, I am very satisfied with how this is going.
Yes.
So, this has been your boy, Jesse, the Dragon Superfan, with my pal, MrGojira95. And remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old. You grow old because you stop playing. So, play on.
Play on.
And if you want to see more from us, subscribe to Dragon Superfan and follow the links in the description below.